Great. Okay, so we'll start the session, but before that, I'll quickly introduce myself. I am Sasmitha. I have around 13 years of experience into AI and ML. Currently, I'm working as a principal data scientist in one of the leading MNC. I am with DURGASOFT for last 4 to 5 years, and I have completed my master's, and after that, I have switched into data science, right? I have trained many students across globe, almost like 5,000 plus students have been trained, right? Mostly my expertise is in artificial intelligence, deep learning, computer vision, NLP, and generative AI. So this is my background. You can also check my profile on LinkedIn. Just go and search Sasmitha Data Science. Now you will find me on LinkedIn, right? I will share my screen, and what is the takeaway for today's session will be few very initial like introductory idea about generative AI, and I will talk about the course curriculum. We are starting a new batch for weekend, right? It will be a weekend batch, and the timing will be same 8 a.m. First, I will just quickly highlight the course curriculum at very high level, and then we will discuss what is deep learning, what is machine learning, what is artificial intelligence, what is generative AI, right? Who can take this course? What is the basic requirement before you take this course? And what are the roles and responsibility of a Gen AI engineer, right? And like what is the current market situation? What is the trend? Everything we will discuss. But before we go and discuss all of this topic, let me quickly summarize the course curriculum in short. You will get the course syllabus from me, but again, I will just summarize the syllabus, right? So the first thing is course timing, morning. So course timing will be weekend. It will be evening, 8 p.m. to 10:30 p.m., right? And it will be Saturday and Sunday. Right, Saturday and Sunday, 8 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. This will be the class timing. And I mean, maybe, yeah, so this is the class timing, 8 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. Saturday and Sunday. The course duration is 2.5 months to 3 months. And I mean, yeah, so mostly it is 2.5 months to 3 months, right? What is the curriculum, right? What I'm going to cover in this entire course? So it will start with very basic and fundamental. So the first topic will be deep learning and NLP. I know many of you are completely new to artificial intelligence and you have no background of data science or no background related to AI, right? You are completely new, and many of you are from different backgrounds. Like few of you are working as software engineers, few of you are working as test automation engineer, and few of you are working as data engineers, DevOps engineers. So you are from different background. And let me tell you, generative AI is a very, very, very new field. And it is completely fine if you are from different background. It is the need of industry, right? And definitely anybody with any background can apply for Gen AI engineering role. That is something which I want to clear. But again, like you should have a right, you should know the right skills that is required by the companies to apply for Gen AI engineering role. So what are the skill sets? The first skill set is you are using ChatGPT and lot many other AI tools, but behind the scene, if you just try to understand what is working behind the scene, it is all deep learning algorithm. So that is the reason the first module is something which will prepare you for the course. And it is very, very important. We are not blindly building solutions without knowing the background. So the initial module will teach you the background, right? Like the foundation of any AI application that you will build. And the foundation is nothing but deep learning and NLP. Why NLP? So there are two directions in Gen AI you can go. Few will, so Gen AI is mostly like unstructured data. Unstructured means image data, text data, and all that. So if you just take at high level, I will say image. And if you are very strong in computer vision related image processing, then again deep learning combination. This is one path. Another is many of you will select NLP, text data, right? And deep learning. So this course is mostly focused on NLP and deep learning, right? And see, AI is very vast. In today's class, I will tell you what is AI and all the branches and everything in detail, but you cannot be master in everything. But the thing is a T structure. So you should be, when you apply for GenAI engineer or any data related role, the T structure will help you. T structure means you know everything, little, but one or two domain you are expert at. So this is what is the industry requirement, meaning what? You know NLP, you know image processing, you know a little bit of deep learning, you know this, you know all of the basic like ML few algorithms, but you are very expert in GenAI. So this always you remember. Many why I'm saying you, because I have seen YouTube ads where many newcomers and many people who are not actually working in industry, they are lecturing about just take this 9 rupees, 99 rupees, 500 rupees course and learn prompt engineering and you will get a job like 30-40 lakhs. That is a myth. So prompt engineering is nothing. So what I'm saying is generative AI, even if you're applying for Gen AI roles and even if your background is software engineering, you should have a background of deep learning and ML. Without this background, no interview you can clear. Every interview you will appear for. Number one thing is they will ask foundation knowledge first, and then only like the next step is like the Gen AI knowledge. So LLM, RAG, all of these keywords you must have heard. But again, that is secondary. Primary is foundation knowledge. And that's the reason this course is mostly focused on clearing your foundation first and then going to the Gen AI application building. So what is module 1? The module 1 will start from deep learning. Okay. And deep learning, don't worry about it if you don't know, because this is from scratch, like how to install softwares in your system. From that level I will start, right? It from scratch. So everything whatever is required, I will teach. In deep learning we are going to discuss few algorithm. One is your ANN algorithm, artificial neural network. One is your CNN algorithm, convolutional neural network. And the third algorithm that we will learn is something called transformer. Okay. And with this I will be sharing GAN networks recording from previous batch. Okay. But again, these all classes will be live, and GAN networks recording I will share from previous batch. So what I'm going to cover in this deep learning course, right? And this is the most difficult part of this course. Rest all is easy actually. ANN, artificial neural network, is the basic building block, and we will discuss the theory. Theory in the sense all the math, all the derivation, complete end-to-end understanding of the algorithm. Along with that, we will build ML project end to end using this PyTorch and TensorFlow framework. We will be building ANN project end to end, right? And when I'm saying end to end, we will follow the life cycle like data collection and data cleaning. I will discuss the life cycle in today's class, but again, data model building and then model validation and then model deployment. So everything end to end we will discuss. In this particular, not deployment. Deployment, we will talk about deployment in Gen AI application, but till model validation, everything we will discuss in this. Every algorithm has a project. So once we understood this ANN, the next topic that we will discuss is CNN. Again, theory and again project. Right? Give me 1 minute. And then I will be talking about transformer architecture. So transformer is the basic building block of any type of LLM or large language models that you're using. For example, GPT, right? You're using ChatGPT. The algorithm is GPT. So GPT is generative pre-trained transformer, GPT. G stands for generative, P stands for pre-trained, and T stands for transformer. So T is the algorithm, right? Transformer. So we are going to discuss the algorithm behind ChatGPT, right? So transformer, entire architecture in detail, everything. It's a very complicated architecture. If I just show you the picture of transformer, it is very complicated, but I will try my best to make it super simple so that entire architecture you can understand. And this is a very important topic. Any Gen AI code interview up here, they will ask you questions from this architecture. Few of the LLM models are GAN network based. If you have seen memes, deepfake videos, and different kind of fake images that people are creating, is because of these GAN networks. And we will also discuss the GAN network theory and few projects where I will be creating fake images using algorithm, right? This is the complete, I'm not going in detail. As I said, please go through the syllabus for more detail. And if you want to know more, I can show you some of the math notes that I will use, which is, it's very transparent. I can show you the notes and the projects also. And it's very, very in-depth. So we will discuss what is gradient descent, what is neural network. I'm not going in detail. Please go through the syllabus where I have already explained every point, what I will cover. So this is the first, and after deep learning, the next topic is NLP, natural language processing. So if your input data is text, you have to understand some of the text processing steps before you jump into modeling. For example, what is stop word and what is word embedding techniques, right? How to like attention, all you need in the paper, you will see a lot of word embedding, attention, but you must have heard about this term, but I'm not going to confuse you by writing so many jargons, but in summarized manner, we will discuss lot of techniques that is very, very important. In future, if you want to build a system like ChatGPT from scratch, if you know NLP techniques and if you know transformer architecture and if you're very familiar with PyTorch, you can build. And if you have data and if you have compute, you can definitely build any LLM from scratch. And this is not a rocket science. If it is that difficult, today we have 15 lakh, not 15,000, is 15 lakh plus foundation models are available, which is like you can download and use it. Few are, many are like 80-90% are open source, free of cost, and few are like paid. But what I'm saying is 15 lakh foundation models are available, and the number is increasing by day. So what I'm saying is once you are very good at foundation models and NLP techniques, you can have your own, you can build your own LLM from scratch. So that is something which is the prerequisite for this course. And after you complete this 2 modules, then we will start with generative AI. Then officially we will start with generative AI after completing deep learning and NLP. Many people will ask me, do I need to understand machine learning? My answer is no. Why? Because the models that we are using, the data that we are handling here is unstructured data, like text data, image data, video data. Machine learning is very good for tabular data. When it is text data or image data, you will understand why later. But as of today, please remember, only like all the models that we use in generative AI are deep learning based or basically neural network based architecture. Very like almost none of the algorithms are machine learning based. So if you want to build LLM from scratch, 90% of the time deep learning is sufficient. But let's say if you are building a sales forecast model or something, traditional ML, I'm not downgrading or I'm not saying that is not important. What I'm saying is for generative AI, machine learning is not important. But again, AI is very vast. Your company might have combination of both. Like your company might have Gen AI as well as traditional ML models. In that case, they might ask you both. And for that, I have a separate course which I will announce maybe very soon. We call it ML Ops, where you will learn the entire DevOps and ML together. In this, you will also learn other deep learning models. But for generative AI, machine learning is not needed. If you know deep learning in depth, if you know TensorFlow, PyTorch, NLP, all of this framework in depth, I think that is more than sufficient to crack interviews. Okay, fine. Now, coming back to the generative AI, again, see, it's not very strict. Like many people will not agree with me. They will say, okay, machine learning is also asked. In interview, they can ask anything. You know, the job market, it is very brutal. It is not that good. So they may ask you all the things, but in real time, if you ask me, in real time, in generative AI, machine learning has very little usage. Most of the models that you use in Gen AI is deep learning based, right? Having said that, the more you know, the better it is for your profile, right? So machine learning is very important, but not for generative AI. Machine learning has its own application. It's a different type of data it can handle. And if you are targeting explainable AI or mostly tabular data, or your domain is banking or something, they have a lot of huge amount of data, big data. Machine learning plays a very vital role. Many companies that don't have Gen AI projects, they are totally into ML. And I mean, that is where it is used. Many companies like healthcare, they have a lot of unstructured data where they have a lot of Gen AI use cases. So it depends on your domain, depends on your company, depends on your what kind of role you're applying for. But for generative AI, deep learning is the backbone, right? Coming to this generative AI, what you will learn? The first thing that you will learn is something called OpenAI. Why we are learning OpenAI? Most of the platforms, like the most famous tool everybody is using is ChatGPT. And OpenAI has its own framework. If you want to, like your company has an NDA signed with Microsoft and they are totally into, many company are actually totally into, I mean, they don't even use any model. They just blindly use GPT, right? And in that case, OpenAI own framework, if you know, that will be helpful for you. What all topics will be covered, I will explain. But again, it's a very, I will not give a lot of importance to OpenAI only framework because you know the market. Every week, new models are coming and which is outperforming. It's not a monopoly anymore. It's not like only we have one or two models. We have a lot of options. That's why we will learn a unified like platform that is called LangChain. LangChain, 90% of the GenAI developer, they will be using LangChain for building. It's a framework and which will give you everything together. LangChain, using LangChain, you can build GenAI application end to end. So we'll learn a lot of topics in LangChain. I'm not writing, but there are so many topics like what is memory, what is chunking, right? And what is data loading, how to load different types or source of data, what are the different chunking techniques, what is memory, what is agent, single agent, what are tools, all of these things we will learn. And then we will learn open source LLM platform. In this open source LLM platform, there are three things. The first thing that we will learn is called Hugging Face. Hugging Face is the like everything, like all the open source model you will find in Hugging Face. More detail, I will explain in the course. How to use end-to-end Hugging Face platform with 10 to 15 real-time application. We will build a 15 to 20 GenAI projects, small projects using Hugging Face. Along with that, I will also explain you about Olama and LM Studio, which is for open source, but I will not write. Mostly Hugging Face is self-sufficient actually. Olama and LM Studio are very optional kind of thing. If you know Hugging Face, everything is there. So after we complete LangChain and open source, next thing that we will learn is something called prompt engineering. Why this is very important? If you don't ask a right question, you will not get a right answer. And yes, question matters because question is something which will be fed as input to the model. If you are not able to ask right question, you will get a like very bad result or hallucinated result. So prompt engineering, there are so many techniques we will discuss. After that, we will discuss a very trending topic called the RAG technique. You must have heard about it. How to build a question answer system, how to build a chat bot, different kind of application we will build. I'm not going in detail, but at high level, we will build 5 to 6 different kind of RAG. One RAG is only text-based. One RAG, we will have PPTs, where there are charts and there are like tables and very complex data. One RAG we will build using OCR techniques like Mistral and other LLM models we will use. So 4 to 5 different kind of RAG techniques we will discuss. And the last, after RAG, the problem is still after all of these things also, the model can hallucinate. So to avoid hallucination, finally, if nothing is working, you should know how to do fine tuning. So you'll also learn fine tuning technique like LoRa, using Hugging Face platform and Google's Vertex AI Studio. We will learn fine tuning technique and quantization technique. And the last thing is the main cream of this like entire course is multi-agentic framework, agents, right? And in LangChain, we will discuss a single agent, but in the final chapter, we will discuss multiple agents together, how they will work. For example, you have a virtual software company where there is one agent who is a manager, and under this manager, there are three. One is software engineer, and one is a automation test automation engineer, and one is a, let's say, UI engineer or something, right? And like his job is like writing code, his job is test the code, and his job is, let's say DevOps engineer deploying the code, and they will talk each other and the manager will approve, and then finally it will be deployed. So this entire thing, virtual system, how to create, this is just a dummy example. Like this, we will create multiple agentic application we will build. It's all hands-on. There is no theory in it. We will do it and you will learn it. So there are three major application, three agentic application you will build. And you will use platforms like Creo AI and different platforms to build the agentic frameworks. So that ends this entire course, right? So I have just written at high level, but starts with OpenAI framework, and then LangChain open source framework, prompt engineering, RAG, fine tuning, and agents. And then finally, we have deployment that I will show you for one project. We will deploy. Deployment, I have selected Azure OpenAI because many of the companies are with Azure OpenAI, and basically Azure platform we will use. So Azure Cosmos DB and Azure SQL. In Cosmos DB, we'll use a SQL, and then we have this Azure storage, blob storage, and all that. So mostly the deployment will be on Azure platform. This is what is the entire curriculum is all about, right? I hope you are clear. So these are the steps, and starting with deep learning, you will feel like little difficult, the courses and all, but trust me, after this deep learning is completed from generative AI, it is very easy. And if you're taking the easy path, like many of the mentors will tempt you, right, to take this easy path, they will directly start from LangChain, because this is very easy topic to teach you. Trust me, it is nothing, like no concept, only coding. If you know, you can easily write this, like generative AI is easy as compared to deep learning, right? Because you're using pre-trained models, you're not actually building anything from scratch. You're just loading API call or downloading and using it, kind of, right? Just know the frameworks. It's a coding course, not a theoretical course. Generative AI is a purely coding course, hands-on, easy to understand. And if somebody is telling you to take this path and leaving the ML and deep learning path, please do not trust them, because I'm in industry, I'm hiring, I'm also giving interviews. And if you don't trust me, ask anyone who is a genuinely a data scientist and working in this field for few years, like at least 5-6 years. They will never suggest you to take this easy path, because you will never get a job with this knowledge only, without knowing the foundation knowledge. So it is difficult, but you have to take this path, right? I know many people will say, can I skip this deep learning? Because I don't want to become an AI engineer. I just want to know what is AI. And directly, because I'm a software engineer, I don't need to build systems from scratch. Can I directly jump into Gen AI? You can jump into Gen AI, but you will stuck here. I'll tell you where you will stuck. You will stuck here, like fine tuning. This is the most difficult part. You cannot understand. Fine tuning is retraining, basically, right? Changing the weights. So retraining, if you have never trained any model from scratch, can you retrain? Obviously, no. Even if I will tell you the code, 90% of the time you will not understand, because it has a background. First, you train at least 1 or 2 times by yourself from scratch. Then only fine tuning will make sense. So you cannot do this if you don't know deep learning basics, if you are not aware of PyTorch and TensorFlow kind of framework. Fine tuning is difficult. Now, few people will argue me, okay, there are so many UI related fine tuning. Just upload your data and in the UI. But my question to you is, do you have any idea that UI might not be applicable in your real time? Real time is not like a dummy project, right? Real time data privacy, data security, so many big IDs can, data governance, so many things, data security, data protection law, so many gates you need to pass through. In real time, the third party, let's say you're using Google, GCP, Azure, or any platform. Fine tuning means you have to upload your domain data, your company, very critical, important data you need to upload. You need to feed this data to the model so that the model will gain intelligence on your data. My question is, if it is open source, your company will not have any question, right? I mean, they will simply allow you. But if it is paid, in the sense any third party tool or any, even if it is cloud services like GCP or Azure or any third party tool, I doubt your company will approve it. Even if they're approving, they might not approve very crucial information to be uploaded. For example, MRI scan report, X-ray images of patient. That is very crucial. In that case, you are stuck here. And it is also not free, right? I mean, fine tuning also will cost you if you're taking third party. So if you know the process, I mean, if you can write your code using Python, PyTorch, and these frameworks, which are completely free, using the open source models, nobody can stop you, right? I mean, you can just use a small language model with your fine tuning, it will become very powerful. So what I'm saying is domain knowledge is like foundation knowledge has a lot of importance later. And what if somebody is asking you some details about the model and you are very naive, you don't know how the model really works? You will look dumb. You will look very like just superficial knowledge, right? People will easily catch you. Like they will know, okay, you just overnight you upgraded, but you don't have any foundation background. So my suggestion is, even you decide to come into GenAI means you learn deep learning first. That is the foundation. Without this, I think always it will be incomplete. This tag will change. Today LangChain, maybe tomorrow something else will come, but this will remain same. So Transformer 2017, it has introduced till 2025, 7 years. The algorithm is remaining same, right? It's not changing overnight. So maybe after 5-7 years, new algorithm is coming. But once you learned it, it's not like overnight it will change and you have to upgrade. You learn it once and it will stay for years. So my suggestion is take this hard path. Okay, so this is all about the curriculum. I will just take some questions before I jump into the syllabus. Sorry, not the syllabus, but the presentation. Yeah, can you get the syllabus? Yes, definitely. You will give me some time. Maybe tomorrow I will be able to share the syllabus with you. I'm doing some changes in the current syllabus and I will share with you the updated syllabus tomorrow. In the class only, I will share the syllabus. I'll show you one by one. What changes yeah.
Ma'am, I have a query. Like, I'm currently having 10 years of experience. I'm into Java tech stack.
Yeah.
Now, how will this generative AI will be helpful for me? Like, I just want to understand in practical scenario how this generative AI is being used in the companies, where even Java developers has to come and learn those things.
See, okay. So nowadays there is, I'm creating a session you can join. So there's something which is very famous. If you heard about it, MCP, anybody heard about it? Model Context Protocol. No, right? Anyway, so what is happening right now is there are a lot of AI tools, right? Like for example, Cursor and vibe coding is something which is very famous nowadays. Like AI is writing code, right? Does not matter what language, Java, Python, whatever language, React, Next.js, anything the AI tool can write. So when you're using vibe coding, the problem was there was a cutoff date, right? What was the problem? The problem was LLM has a cutoff date. What is LLM? LLM is nothing but a deep learning model, right? So I'll just take you through this slide and detail I will explain tomorrow. So this is a typical AI project. Okay, when you solve a problem, first have to collect data and clean the data and build the model and evaluate. Now, what is happening today is in traditional ML, for every single task you will build, you have to go through this process. For example, today I am building a sentiment analysis project. So I have to collect the data, clean the data, build the model, will evaluate the model. Tomorrow I want to build a question answer system. Again, collect the data, build the model. Day after tomorrow, I want to build something else, time series forecasting, collect the data, build the model. Now what is happening is companies like Google, Facebook, Microsoft, and very big companies, they are collecting every data available in the internet. Let's say every single possible data, whatever is publicly available, they're collecting and they are training a model or a deep model in the sense algorithm, right? They're training the model or the algorithm with this data. Now the algorithm is super intelligent because it has seen not 1, 2, 3, 4 examples, but it has like massive data, petabytes, zettabytes of data. And that's why NVIDIA shares are like skyrocket because everybody needs GPU to train these models, right? But again, what we are doing is what is happening in like why it is like overnight AI everybody is talking because AI has like very easy. AI is generic now. AI is not a specialized skill. AI is generic. And I was like, let me tell you, in future, this is my prediction, and I think this will happen in future. Like next 4 to 5 years, you will not see AI as a very like specialized skill. Like we have specialized job roles, right? Like data scientist, AI engineer. So you will see one job which is, let's say, application development engineer or something like that. This kind of people will have everything. They will have software engineering knowledge, they will have DevOps engineering knowledge, and they basically have ML AI basic knowledge and AI tools, like what I said, like generative AI knowledge they have. So what they can do, they are the engineer side. These are the people. Engineering definition is going to change. So you, me, everyone will become a very specific, like it's engineering meaning. Now engineering has different roles, right? Now engineering will become full stack. And this is happening right now, and it will happen for sure. The more and more advanced AI tools like AGI or different new tools we are getting, where the coding is getting automated, this is the future. So if you're asking what is the future is full stack. So I, as a AI ML and Gen AI expert, needs to learn software engineering and DevOps. People who are software engineer and DevOps expert, they have to learn AI ML and Gen AI. So it's a complete package. Engineering meaning all of these things you should know. Now there is another domain called R&D. Okay, R&D meaning these are engineers. They mostly build application or solve problem. But there are some people who will research and development, right? Future AI models or future. There are so many other domains. Quantum computing is there. So many other domains. So these people, VR, AR, VR. So these people, what they will do is they will mostly, every company will have research and development team. Very high educated people they will hire, like PhDs, masters, in a very particular field. And these people, what they will do is they will just research and innovate or invent or discover new models, new algorithms. Like Google has invented this transformer, right? We are just using transformer. We have not invented the architecture. Similarly, these people's job is to invent, and these people's job is to take this invention and use in real time. And this is like very highly paid. This is called specialization. So if you want to specialize, you have to be very expert, and this is very few roles will be like this. Maybe 1%, but 99% of the people will be doing application development. And you are asking why Java and how it is helpful. So I think, as I said, I mean, yes, now you can see there are a lot of differentiation in future job roles, not future, very soon, like in 1 year or 2-3 years down the line. See, ChatGPT is just 2022-23. It is not like 5 years back. It is just 2-3 years back. And you can see what happened in 2-3 years. Entire world has been changed. So you can expect in next 2 to 3 years, the more and more advanced agents we are getting, more and more advanced AI tools I'm getting or we are getting, it is not going to replace human. It's a myth. It will reduce the head count, right? It cannot replace human, but definitely it needs, now we need smart human, right? Who can control all of these agents and basically supervise. And if it is not working, you should be very expert to write from scratch. This is very important. You should not be naive. You should be very expert in software engineering, but you should know how to increase the speed using AI/ML. Sometimes, some cases, if AI/ML is not working, the tools are not working to generate code properly, or some problem is happening, you should able to fix it, or you should able to train it or fine tune it or do whatever you want to do, but you should able to master on it. Are you getting? So you are a software
Yes,
engineer
ma'am. Got it. Yeah.
who is smart enough to use AI/ML. Your job is secure. Your job is what you are doing. Your job is not like software engineering is everything, right? It is not going to change. There will be front end, there will be back end, there will be deployment, everything will be there. But in a speed way, we need to work now. Speed is important. In today's world, speed is very important. And to improve your speed, you should work smartly, not hard. Hard work will, like, a person is there who doesn't know anything about Gen AI, but he's very expert in front-end development. Definitely, he can create lot many front-end apps, and using the traditional way like Stack Overflow, Google, and maybe ChatGPT, Perplexity, searching and pasting and copying, you can do, but it will take maybe 1 week of time. But a person who know vibe coding, cursor, and replit and different AI tools, and a person who knows like AI agents, MCP servers, how to connect, and basically how the agent can behave like a human, like it can go to internet, it can search for you, it can download, it can copy or clone any particular website code. If you're little smart, the same 1 week task you can do in 4 days. But if you don't know software engineering, only AI/ML, you cannot even build anything in 1 week. Leave out 1 week, 1 month also you cannot build. So what I'm saying is software engineering is must. You are Java developer, Java knowledge is must. 100% you should be expert. Along with that, if you know smart coding, Java and this AI/ML will make you even more like very smarter. So when your company is replacing, definitely headcount will reduce. This is a hard truth, but I am currently going through interview process, and I can tell you the interviews are so brutal. They're asking you to join immediately. They're asking you to do coding, right? Every interview has a coding test. Does not matter what is your level. If you ask to reschedule, they're cutting the calls. If you are anything that you ask for, and if you are like not okay with their terms, you will not get a call back. This is the situation right now. So what I'm saying is, in this situation, if you want to secure your job, you should be always in the smartest people category, not average or below average category. That is not good. So that whenever your company will think about smart people, your name should come in that list. And headcount will reduce, and no one can control it. You will see engineering colleges, the number of seats that they're taking, like in thousands, that also will reduce eventually, if not today, maybe over time. Jobs will be there, but head count, like in kilos, like instead of 300 people, we might need 100 people now. And that is the fact. That is the truth. There is no doubt about it. Every company is going in that direction. But again, having said that, coming in that 100 list is not that difficult. So what your company is looking for is your domain knowledge. If you are a DevOps engineer, do you know that Redis has a MCP server which will do the deployment automatically? Do you know that there is something called 21st tool, which is a MCP server? I don't have that much knowledge in UI, but I'm telling people like me who have very limited knowledge in UI can build websites. I can show you in demo maybe in 2-3 days if you want. I can build a website within using Next.js, React and everything within 1-2 hours using vibe coding. I'm not saying I am equivalent to a UI engineer, definitely not. But what I'm saying is it is possible today. If you just ask me to build any website 3 years back, I would not able to write even a single page of line of code. Maybe I have to take months of time to understand HTML, CSS, Next.js, and maybe I will try to build something after that. But today, with the help of AI, at least a basic level of website I can build. Having said that, it's very dangerous. I should not do it because I don't know. I'm not expert. Those kind of websites are very, I mean, it will crash in real time. I should know system design. There are so many things. What I'm saying is, if I will learn those foundation, whatever is necessary for UI, let's say I have spent 6 months or 8 months of time to learn all the fundamentals. And then already I know AI ML. Now I am a smart engineer. I know the foundation. Also, I know the smart work. Together, I can build. If you ask me today, if I write any AI ML code, blindly I can generate in 1 minute, and I'm super confident on this. I can bet you this code is good. Why? Because I have created AI ML projects from scratch. 30-40 projects I have written from scratch. So those codes are so familiar to me. If I just look at the code, what is generated by AI, within seconds I can like understand, okay, this is correct, this is wrong. And I will able to ask the right question. That is important. I am not writing today. I am just using AI tool. And this 1 minute is just to supervise. And if the code is not correct, just write the correct prompt and make it correct. That's it. So you should be come to that level. I'm good at AI ML. I am learning software engineering now. You are good at software engineering and DevOps. You should learn AI ML. So everybody should learn everything. So that is the thing. If you don't agree with me, you will see this is happening. Full stack is everywhere. You try today, you go to Naukri, put your profile and download any of the software engineering or DevOps, any of the role. They will be asking all the skill set required for software engineering and DevOps. And definitely one line will be written, good to have skill, generative AI, machine learning and all that. Have you seen this? Please
Yes,
try this.
ma'am. Recently, I have seen the heading itself. They have mentioned AI skills are required.
Correct. So AI skills are everywhere. And similarly, you will be surprised when I am applying for roles for principal data scientist level of roles, many are asking DevOps and software engineering. And I'm learning right now. DevOps I know, but software engineering skills is not needed, right? For me, like it was not needed, but companies are asking. For example, they have a very weird, I mean, because the demand is like less and supply is more, they are asking anything that they want. And trust me, for AI ML roles also, DevOps is equally important. Deployment. Every company is asking cloud deployment and all of this ML ops, this kind of ops stack, right? So I'm not a DevOps engineer, right? I cannot be expert with a person who is working as a DevOps engineer for last 8 to 10 years. But quickly I can learn, and using AI, I can become smart. Similarly, you have to upgrade. Everyone is looking for full stack. So I know this is little too much to explain you everything, but because I am trying for jobs, and I have seen my students who are applying for interviews every day, and I'm taking their feedbacks also. So this is the market situation right now. Everything is required by every company. DevOps also, if you apply, they will ask you AI/ML basic knowledge. AI/ML, if you ask, they will apply, they will ask you DevOps basic knowledge, like this, right? Yeah. So for Java, yes, I mean, you might not build AI ML solution from scratch. AI ML solution meaning, if like question answer, sentiment analysis, information extraction, image captioning, object detection, these things you might not use, but at least you can build agents. And agent is something which is very similar. It is not similar, but they're trying to make it more and more intelligent. Agent is something, it's like, see what you are doing as a software engineer. When you write a code, so AI is all about mimicking human behavior, right? Making the machine intelligent. That is AI, artificial intelligence. So what a human does, let's say this is a like software engineer. What you will do? You're writing code. AI can also write code. AI also can write code. Now, when you are writing code, you will find some error. What you're doing, you're going to Google, right? Pasting that error or searching for that error. You're going to Stack Overflow. You're going to different other platform, Reddit, Stack Overflow, whatever platform. Understanding, find the solution, copy this and paste it. And you're writing test automation, test cases, testing it. What AI will do? Now, agent mean what is, why it is trending right now, and everyone should learn why I'm saying, because you people don't know, but what AI can do today is not only write code. Actually, AI can do everything that you are doing. So what AI will do, it has internet access. So it can go to Google like you. It has memory. It can memorize things. It can search. And I mean, it can do deep search also. You may be tired like searching one or two websites, but AI can search 30, 40, 50, 60 websites. You go to Perplexity on the deep search and try to search for a topic. You will see how deep search it can do. So it will show you sources also from which website it has extracted. It will search the error, 30, 40 websites, and it will find the solution, come, and then it will fix it. And then you don't need to do anything. It will generate test cases. It will execute. Again, if it is error, again, it will go to internet. So everything it will be done. It will be doing automatically. Error, go to search, fix. Again, error, go to fix, search. Unless all the test cases are passed, it will keep doing it. Once it is done, the entire code is done, then your final model is done. And in fact, with one click, if you have GitHub MCP, in one click, you can push your, like you can just write prompt, create a new branch in GitHub, and one new branch will be created in GitHub. Push this code to GitHub. Your code will be put, and you will write in natural language like English. You're not writing any code, git commit or git push, nothing. Just you git add, nothing. All of these things can be written in NLP or English. And then what will happen is there are again another like Azure, if you have Azure agent or MCP server. So what you can do is you can just deploy I mean, you will write just sentences and it will deploy. Or if you want to do it manually, AI can write code for you, for deployment code, which you used to write Docker, entire Docker code, entire deployment code it will write. And it will give you steps to deploy, very accurate with URL links. You just need to follow that steps, and within 5 minutes, your app will be deployed. So this is what we are in today. So leave about Java, Python and all that. We're in a different era, right? Everything, what I'm saying is looking like a magic, but it's a reality. When you understand what is agent, you will understand what I'm saying is 100% correct. I'm not saying a blind person can do this. You should be expert in software engineering. Then only you can manage these agents, because sometimes they behave very weird or very, I'll tell you where actually I faced challenges. Let's say LangChain 2.2 version has released yesterday. And many times the problem was But I think this has been addressed. What was the problem today? 1 week they're resolving it. So 3 months back, the problem was agents were not that strong. So, I mean, latest version code, if you want to write, they will always write the old version code. But now it has been addressed because you can just give the URL of the latest version, tell the agent to go to that URL and understand the entire documentation. Accordingly, you write code. So it will write exact latest version code, it will write. Say everything. So, I mean, that's what we are. This is what AI can do today. And this is applicable to any domain, right? If you are in IT, you're writing code ultimately. But if your role is mostly administrator or team management or non-technical, I think AI may not help you there much. But if your role is technical, mostly if you're writing code and everything, if you're writing code, ask yourself, are you writing code? If your answer is yes, then without AI, your job is at risk. I mean, I'm not promoting my codes, but it is a reality. If you are writing code and if you don't know how to write smart code, it's in danger. Nobody is telling you to switch to Gen AI roles, but being a software engineer, you can be a smarter software engineer. You can write Gen AI agents which can do your task. You can just supervise and speeden up the process. Instead of 1 week, you can just write it in 2-3 days, right? And if you're a leader, your team members will fool you if you don't know. I mean, in the board meetings, you will not be able to understand how AI can automate few of your processes if you don't know what AI can do. First, you should know what AI can do. Then only you can think like how it can automate, right? So I think this is a mandatory thing to learn. You learn from me, or there are so many open source courses you can learn. But the thing is, it's a mandatory upgrade everyone should have, right? Okay. I have planned to show you all of this, this entire PPT, but I think that there were less time. So I was explaining what is generative AI, what is transformer, what is foundation model, what is the difference between Gen AI and any other AI, machine learning, deep learning, and Gen AI. What is the Gen AI use cases? What are the different types of Gen AI models? What is GPT that you are using, right? Behind the scene, why suddenly, like you can see, in the entire IT history, ChatGPT is the only software which gained 100 million users in 2 months. It released on like November, December, and within February and March, you have like 100 million like users of ChatGPT. Is the only software in entire history which gained 100 million users. So there will be something great, right, about this software. And this is the craze. This is the craze. And we will discuss all of these things in tomorrow's class. Also, I will show the, I'll show you the syllabus, complete syllabus. And you'll get it tomorrow, the syllabus, right? Okay. So, yeah. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Let's connect tomorrow to basically understand this presentation in a detailed way and the curriculum. I'll share with you the curriculum in detail, right? Okay, thank you, everyone. And if timing is an issue, let me know. I am planning to start another weekday batch morning 7 a.m. But that will take some time, 1 or 2 weeks of time. But I think if you're comfortable, I will suggest join the weekend batch because you will get enough time in the weekdays to practice. Also on weekend morning,